Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your Romantic Soulmate contract read. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Jarring the Circle Productions since 1998, author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle, and creator over on Patreon. Come play with me on Patreon. Playtreon? The Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. Hey, my Leonides, my fifth house dynamic Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Let's get up in this gig. This is a Romantic Soulmate contract read. There are links in the description box. Even a video, a preface to these particular soulmate, Romantic Soulmate contract reads, explaining how I see it and the difference between twin flame and soulmate and all that stuff. So if you want to check that out, you're certainly welcome to, as well as there will be an extended for this available on VIMEO, or you can subscribe on Patreon, even at the first level, what's called the human level, and you get all the extendeds past, present, and future. Enough of that. We are doing a contract read, so like a contract, there will be party number 1, party number 2, and in a general read such as this, kind of up to you to feel out which one you are. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, you know all that. And it might flip-flop back and forth too, because sometimes this can double as a mirror of your own divine masculine, divine feminine balance. You do you. So I love doing these. This is a lighter version of it, but in the extended, we're going to Oracle Town, and we're going to get tarot timelines and all that. So let's do this. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can from the divine about, you know, the, let's face it, the soul contracts we've been working lifetime after lifetime on. I mean, how hard are the romantic sexual ones? Like, harder in some ways than family, but in some way family is harder. I think you get what I'm saying. All right? But I also have to say, they're particularly important because the more love that can be actually brought to the planet. The foundation of a soulmate contract being that you help each other heal regardless of the form. These we are looking at, the romantic ones, obviously. Enough. Let's do this. Please take a nice deep breath. I'm a spiritual teacher. What do you want? I want you to have all the deets. I'm a Virgo, but I just look like a Leo. Here we go. Yeah, yes, I call upon my collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, and the higher selves of all involved, fifth dimension and above, in this Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, for this Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract in process, whether they know each other, whether they don't. Please give me party number 1 and party number 2 using the Caroline Mace archetype deck. What is their dominant 8th chakra archetype? What role are they playing in this contract? Now, first number 1 and party number 2. Now, these are in the title, so let's see how brave you are. Meow. Well, the mystic and the engineer, those seem like opposites in a lot of ways, but maybe not exactly if you look deeper, right? If you look deeper than just the literal. The mystic is a divine family archetype. The engineer is a creative family archetype. And engineers aren't just about nuts and bolts, right? It's not just about machinery. We'll get there. Let's do the mystic first. Every archetype is shadow and light, lead and gold, pain and peace, toxic to healthy. This is what you're helping each other heal in this chapter of, or if you like, in this clause of your contract scene in the movie chapter in the book. So here we've got a mystic, the shadow attribute, delusional rapport with the divine. I mean, I've dabbled there. I've been there. You can't not. Mysticism makes you challenge human reason because it's human reason, not divine purpose. The light attribute revels in intimate union with the divine. Now, like I said, I'm Leo rising and I am a mystic. Lifelong mystic. Since I was a little kid. Like, not necessarily Star Spangled Banner visions, but a very, very deep. connection to God at the time. Now, God, Goddess, all that is, you know, the divine singularity as you grow and you mature. But sure, madness when you see the unity of all of life and also see crime and war and violence and hatred, it's maddening. So get both sides of that. Remember, the shadow is what you don't want to deal with, or if you know about it, you may not be dealing with it, but you certainly don't want anybody else to know about it. So interesting, an engineer might come might be incredibly healing and helpful for a mystic, but the shadow attribute first. Reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. We all know people who do that. We all do that. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Like, you can have it for 5 minutes, as well as an entire lifetime and anything in between. So, I mean, I'm just going to say reliance on mechanistic solutions. Well, this is what we do. It does not matter how you feel. We got a Leo and an Aquarius here. I'm sure for some of you that is, right? Because we're doing a Leo read. The light attribute, ability to give creative energy a practical expression. And I think that is a beautiful thing, right? To take this creative energy, maybe inspired by this mystic, and give it a practical expression. Talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. Now, common dilemmas, what common dilemmas could come in between a mystic and an engineer? I mean, it's like an episode of Bewitched, right? You know, that could be, you know, like, how are we, well, I don't know, I'm having visions of your crown chakra. It's like, okay, well, let's go to the beach. Let's go clear that out, right? Whatever. Okay, so we've got our two partners, our two players. Our three parties. That's another alliteration thing there. Partners, parties, and whatever. Let's do this. We're going to take 5 cards. Daughters of the Moon. Heart, third eye, crown dynamic for the mystic. We're going to take 5 mythic tarot. Root, sacrum, solar plexus chakras. So from the inside and the outside here, and of course in the extended we'll be flipping decks to fulfill that. But this, I think, would be helpful to help you figure out, feel out maybe a little bit deeper which one you are or who this is and whether you even met or not. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon my goddesses of fire, the sign of Leo, powers of the south, 5-card draw, right? 5-card element spread, fire, earth, air, water, spirit for the mystic in this Leo collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. We'll call them out, turn them up one at a time. What does this mystic yearn for, burn for? What is their heart's desire in this soul contract? All right, revelation, celebration, the judgment card. In this deck, it looks like women dancing on a mountainside somewhere around a central point. But if you look deeper, if you look closer, I'll get closer. I have pants on. I always have pants on. I don't always have pants on. They are dancing on the belly of the Great Mother. See the boobies in the bushy there, and yeah. So they want something revealed, but it is also a card of celebration. The card right before the closing of the cycle at the card of the world or the universe, right? So definitely something revealed, but something that might have been there all along. Right? Just like those women might not be aware, literally, that they're dancing on the belly of the Great Mother, right? So let's see, what's their element of earth, the fuel to feed the fire, to help them manifest their heart's desire. They already got this, whether it's helping or hindering. There's alchemy to be done here. Okay. Excellent. The Wanderer, the 9 of Flames, the 9 of Wands. We're used to seeing the Wounded Warrior kind of vibe there, and that's cool too. A bit of defensiveness, perhaps. But it is also about conserving your energy to make it over the horizon. 9 Wands. In this deck, the 10 of Wands is the Hora, a Jewish dance of celebration, you know, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, weddings. So this is, you're almost there. You're almost there. Just keep going. Conserve your energy. And if that means, you know, 9 of Wands, you stick away from my wands, then it's a fire element. This could easily be the Leo here. That makes sense. Keep going. Not all who wander are lost, right? You're on the path of true love here. What is their element of air, please? What they think about this? Now, The Seven of Cups, usually a sign of mental confusion or emotional confusion, too many options. But in this deck, it's given the key word jealousy. Now, jealousy is a third eye thing. It's the envy is the deadly sin of the third eye. Like, jealousy is a watered down version, if you will, of envy. But sometimes it can be that there are so many things that we want. We have so many options that we could get confused, right? We could be like, well, because we have to focus at least on one of them if we want to bring it into form. There might be a lot going on here for the mystic emotionally, that their mind might be preoccupied with the visioning of and the experiencing of and the downloads of whatever that spiritual practice is. The mystic is a divine family archetype, so we're talking spiritual power, mystical power. And, as indicated in the word itself, of mystery. So there might be some mental confusion here, which is affecting the emotional field. So let's look at the emotional field. My goddesses, please, element of water for this mystic in this Leo soulmate contract. Poke me in the hand, why don't you? Excellent. Two of Pentacles, balance. Again, we're talking heart, throat, third eye, crown chakra here, the inside world, the feminine energy, essentially. Like I said, both sides will get that in the extended. But Two of Pentacles, balance. There is a juggling act going on here emotionally. I'm not feeling out and out, madness, like total shadow here for the mystic. But there can be some confusion here, but they're keeping their balance emotionally. What I love about the Two of Pentacles and Daughters of the Moon is the bull leapers, women who would run at the bulls, grab them by the horn, and flip over them, right? Instead of killing them in a bullfight, right? Now I don't know if this is the precursor to the running of the bulls in Pamplona or what, but it is definitely that thing of strength and skill, and certainly wisdom. So I feel like this mystic has been through this situation before, whatever is going on here, and it's a general read. But mentally, there might be a lot of emotions there. And if indeed there is jealousy there, it is element of air, jealousy really starts in the third eye, then there's not seeing things clearly. Right? And maybe the information you're getting on the inner and the information you're getting on the outer are not matching up, which can be really, really maddening. I wouldn't go so far as to call it madness, but it certainly can be maddening. All right, so this should help. My goddesses of fire, Leo, powers of the south. What is the card of spirit? The point of view, the voice of the soul who was chosen, incarnated to play the role in this soul contract as the one with the mystic archetype. And we've got the star. Oh, thank God, S. Thank Goddess. To me, the mystic is, the star is the highest vibrational spiritual card in the tarot, because you got the moon, you got the sun, and then the star, light years away. This is really the soul saying there is guidance, there is grace. Keep an eye on your alignment. Don't give up hope. Right? The guidance is there emotionally to keep you in balance. It is an earth, Pentacles, earth on the inner, which says it's a sort of emotional wisdom, something that you've been through already. It's already under your belt of how to keep balance here. But that to know the things that are being thought about have an emotional charge to them, which needs to be balanced out emotionally for sure. Sometimes you just got to feel it to heal it, but that doesn't mean you act on it. You pray your way through it as a mystic. You go through your spiritual practice to do that, knowing that you're being led somewhere. The star really is how we guide ourselves, well, before compasses and maps and all of that, right? Polaris, that way, the North Star, right? To orient yourself. That there really is a very, very high vibe over here. Loving this side. Let's look at the engineer, shall we? Please take a nice deep breath. Keeping in mind that Leo is 5th house, creativity and good fortune, pleasure and stuff. And this is a creative archetype here with this engineer. Let's dive. Breathe. As I call upon my gods of fire, the sign of Leo, powers of the south, hot ones you are. Please, my beloved gods, 5 cards. Element spread. For the engineer archetype in this Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, soulmate contract, romantic, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract with this mystic. Element of fire. What does this one yearn for, burn for? What is their heart's desire? 7 of Swords. They want to keep this covert. I kind of, oh my God. Well, this one wants to keep it covert and this one wants it revealed. Well, irresistible force, meet a movable object. But that's the thing. It is a mental card there. It certainly can be about self-preservation as well. And we'll see what other cards hit the table. But come on, the 7 of Swords, 9 times out of 10 is the sneaky, sneaky card. Oh, there's a little sneaky, sneaky going on there. Let's keep going, right? I say self-preservation because Rider-Waite Tarot, guys like carrying off a bunch of swords, leaving 2 behind, so that who he's stealing it from won't come and attack, right? So it can also be a card of meditation, right? Of pulling back, sort of, I wouldn't call that sneaky sneaky, but that can certainly be, in a sense, covert. Let's see. What's their element of earth? The fuel to feed their fire and manifest their heart's desire. King of Cups, we're looking at an emotionally balanced, mature person here. It's the Cancer card. Cardinal water. Doesn't matter if this person is a Cancer or not. Sun sign, because who knows everybody's planets? I know mine. But there is something very warm here. So I don't necessarily get the vibe that this is an engineer that does not care about other people's emotions, right? So that shadow part of it, solutions without regard for emotional consequences. They might have done that. Everybody does that from time to time when we're in pain. But I don't get that vibe here. I got that this person is receptive. And that shifts the tone. So that's why I don't know what that is that they want there with that 7 of Swords. I mean, unless this really is a secret admirer kind of thing, or somebody from the past who wants to come back around. But in soulmate contracts, they're different than twin flames. Please, at least watch Matt Kahn's video, Soul Contracts, Twin Flames and Soulmates Redefined. There's a link in the description box. It's a mind blow. And it's from 2018, but it's a much healthier definition than anything else I've come across in this lifetime, at least. Let's keep going. My gods, element of air. What are they thinking, this engineer, about this contract with the mystic? No, that was too many cards for a pinch. Please leave it in my hand. 10 of Wands. Now, what's interesting, got the 9 of Wands on this side, 9 of Flames, slightly different languaging, same element though. So what this one has on that journey there, this one is thinking about completing. Now granted, 10 of Wands, usually a card of burden. In this case, we have the Argo from Jason and the Argonauts, making it, completing the quest for the Golden Fleece, but being broken up upon landing, right? They get stuck on a reef in the 9 of Wands, and then this comes in and they make it home, but the ship is destroyed. And from those planks, creating like a little fiery, hot little tent there, a little sauna vibe there, with the Golden Fleece at their feet. So there is definitely completion here. There is definitely the completion of the cycle of fire. They're thinking about it. But I will say there could be a lot of mental stress about this. Maybe that's why there's a little sneaky about what they think about this. That it's a bit much to get there, perhaps, or that getting there will not be easy. Because, whether this is a true love contract or not, the course of true love never did run smooth. Billy Shakespeare. Fuck him. Past life. Element of water, please breathe. My gods, what is this engineer feeling for this mystic in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract? Yeah, no, 5 of Swords. So the worm hath turned here a bit. They are a bit conflicted mentally about what they're feeling. And this sounds like an air sign. Not just because we have double air, but I'll tell you what, I've dated a lot of air signs. I've dated a crap ton. I've dated a lot of Aquarians. That they think a lot about what they feel without actually feeling sometimes. Hence the mechanistic thing, but I'm telling you, there is an emotional maturity here. There is a creative water, cardinal water thing, can very much feel like home, or at least has that sort of home stable life for themselves. But they might be having a little bit of an internal argument. Now, this is from the outside looking in, lower 3 chakras, which I think is helpful. They might be really stressed out about thinking about how this is going to end up, because emotionally, I really do feel like they are in mental conflict with how they feel. Maybe that's why they want to keep this separate. Maybe somebody's committed to somebody else in this situation. Can't wait to get to the extended. We'll see what else pops up. We got a couple more cards down here. So please, what is their card of spirit? Point of view of the soul incarnating to play the role. 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords. Between a rock and a hard place mentally here, the soul is saying that, well, we're used to the traditional, right, blindfolded and bound by 8 swords. Well, this is caught between the Furies and Apollo. Who, either way, right, damned if you do, damned if you don't, and it's sort of caught in that mental prison here. I'm going to say that this one is getting the guidance and grace, but might be getting very emotionally upset trying to keep their balance with what's going on this side of the table. However, because they are an engineer, if they can alchemize into the light, that, you know, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. I feel like there's a resolution to this, and I feel like they kind of have to work on it together. But, you know, if these two are already together in this contract, not every reading is about, you know, meeting somebody new or somebody from the past coming in. This could be somebody in your energy field already that you know, that maybe there is like a little secret crush here too. It's just another way of seeing it, and they're trying to be practical about it. It's another way of the sneaky. But I think they actually really have very, very warm feelings for you. Maybe a nesting deal going on there. That Cancerian King of Cups, Orpheus, a poetic, emotional soul, but one that doesn't necessarily wear the heart on the sleeve. If Orpheus could only... What is it with men throughout history? They just can't follow directions. Don't look back. Had to look back. Engineers. Well, he was a bard. He was a poet. Anyway, so this 8 of Swords here with the star, definitely if you're the mystic, keep doing your thing. Stay in balance. You do you. The quantum entanglement of a soulmate contract is as one partner heals, the other partner heals, whether they've met or not. That's quantum entanglement. Please don't make me do math. But that's the thing. That's why when you do meet up, even if you know each other but time has passed, there's always sort of this parallel theme that when you come up again, I certainly experienced that with soulmate friends of mine. It doesn't matter. My roommate, Lillian Carter, Boston choreographer and filmmaker. Every time we connect, it's like we're still, after 30 fucking years, still paralleling each other. She's Cancer, by the way. That's interesting. Wonder why she popped into my head. I guess I gotta call Lil. Oh, the video woman on my channel is hers. It's a brilliant piece of work, winning awards all over the world. Plug. So, alright, we've got enough here that you probably have a good view on who you are. These are different personalities for sure. A mystic and an engineer, at least on that level. So the higher selves have all involved. We're going to get you a whisper of love from the higher self of this one, the higher self of this one, and then we'll end with the healing mantra, and then over to Vimeo and Patreon I go. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, I know. My guides are like, well, you know that could be any number of men in your life. I'm like, yeah, I know. It could be any number of men in my life. Please take a nice deep breath. Try and keep yourself out of a reading. It doesn't work. Roll fucking one out anyway. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, what is the whisper of love for this mystic, and one for this engineer and this Leo collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign? Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract in this contract read. First, the mystic, we'll do face down, and then the engineer, we'll do that face down and flip them at the same time. The mystic has be willing to express love. When we express love, we begin to receive more love. And they can do that through prayer. They can absolutely do that through prayer. You're so close. You're so close if you're the mystic. Like, even in your internal journey, there's some cycle of desire, something you wanted that's completing inside of you. And I get it. You want the revelation. You want to see the bigger picture. You want to be able to make a judgment call here based on at least, if not the facts of what's going on in the outside world, although that's a part of it, what is the truth of this true love? What is the guidance and grace? Can you get up into the satellite? Can you get up into the 8th chakra, the star center, the star chakra, whatever you want to call it, the upper room? Because that's absolutely going to affect how you see this and the emotional confusion that might be around it. And treasure your loved ones on this side. It is important to love others deeply. And I think that really is the clarifying message. It's like engineers, right? So they're engineering all this stuff, right? Creatively, granted, but there is a lot of air on the table here. 3 air cards out of 5. No major arcana on this side. 2 major arcana on that side. So I think you feel the vibe here. This could definitely be an air sign, or at least someone who's very mental in their approach. And honestly, if you're gonna couple up somebody with a mystic, make sure that they've got like an ability to strategize and figure things out. I don't know how common the dilemmas are gonna be. You know, even Samantha and Darren had guests drop in out of nowhere. But, you know, they always worked it out. I was raised on that show. Pretty much in 1970s, of course I was. Watergate. I got pissed when Watergate came on because they precluded the show, whatever that's called. So this is a very, very dynamic thing here, but I have a feeling it's going to be more the mystic who's watching my channel than the engineer. But if not, do comment, because I love that. Because engineer, it's not just about Jiffy Lube. And if you're in another country, Jiffy Lube is not what you think it is, then trust me. Please take a nice deep breath. I love doing these reads. Never again the twin flame readings. As I call upon the ascended masters of romantic soulmate contract law, a firm within a firm within a firm of the ascended master law office, law firm, please, 1 card in clarity to help either one of them who's watching this Leo collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract read. Romantic, sexual, yummy, leonine, 5th house, pleasure, creativity, and good fortune thing here with this mystic and this engineer. What is the perfect healing mantra that they need in this stage of their contract? Hearing inner guidance. Both sides. My intuition flows whenever I am still. This side knows that. I don't know if this side knows this. Woo. Dig deep on this one. Hearing. Hey, where'd you go? You're alphabetical. You're not allowed to jump around the book. There we go. Hearing inner guidance. My intuition. I love this one. My intuition flows like element of water whenever I am still. So a little bit of a paradox there. It flows, I don't know what that is, whenever I am still. When you hear inner guidance, you receive an affirming and defining moment of inspiration. It can be in a new direction, a new way of seeing old patterns, or an enchanted idea that is delivered in your own voice out of the silence. When inner guidance is heard, you are ready to either hunker down into the healing benefits of your current circumstances or move forward into a brand new chapter of a contract. That's not in there. I'm editorializing that in this contract. In either case, this is an opportunity to further align with your soul by embracing your needs. This mantra is ideal for resolving restlessness, becoming a better listener, and being more open-minded. Bookie book drop. Yeah, I think that kind of sums this up, actually, for both sides of this contract. So let me put it together for you in a little bit of a blessing. Oh, I don't have my torch of Ariel. It's over on the couch. Well, what are you going to do? Magical tools don't always follow you around. And that's a good thing. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon the collective pantheons for this Leo collective sun, moon, rising Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract, that this mystic may revel in intimate union with the divine and get the revelation, the truth, so that they can make that judgment call, and one that will be celebratory at some point as they walk the path that they're on. Almost there. Almost just have to reserve your energy and make it to that 10 of flames. Understanding that the mind has got some emotional clouds in it. Maybe too many options. Maybe too many quantum timelines being visited upon them in the mystical state, so that they can really understand it's like, it's okay. Don't have to torture myself for this. I can keep balance. I have this I have wisdom under my belt already. I am juggling this situation emotionally, so that they can really hear the voice of the soul saying, you are right on track. Just keep moving forward, even if it's an inch at a time. The guidance, the grace, there is reason to hope here. May they be blessed. May they be blessed with the mother grace of hope, that they alone do nothing, and with the divine all things are possible. And so that they are willing to express love. When they express love, they're going to receive more love. It's just how that is, that as we send love out, we feel that love move through us and we experience it. But then again, it can become a very, very beautiful feedback loop, particularly in a soulmate contract, particularly with this engineer. May they heighten their ability to give creative energy a practical expression with a talent for designing resolution to common dilemmas, so that they can maybe strategize this a little bit, right? Even if they have to like pull back and think of it, and for their own preservation, or maybe for the preservation of this relationship, and really come from that warm, emotionally stable, feels mature. It feels like a mature energy emotionally, though, but it does feel like this whole contract, particularly with the mystic that can bring something out of nowhere, like a mystery, might have thrown them into a little turmoil, particularly if there are burdens on this person's mind, or if just thinking about this, of how to get to that 10 of flames together might seem really, really daunting, particularly if there is a history here with this, because they want to get to the 10 of wands to fulfill that cycle of desire, get the ace and start it again. But with that 5 of swords, there is definitely some stormy winds, not so much in the element of water, but on the element of water, that what they're thinking is so affecting their feelings, and they might have real conflict about how they feel about this, and hence the soul is saying, look, you're in the 8 of wands place. You will see this differently. There is a creative solution to this, but it's not so grandiose, extraordinary, so much as it is actually a very common thing here. And that's why for them to take maybe the time they need to meditate on this, to contemplate this, to use this element of air that is so dominant here, so they're not so blindfolded and bound, so they're not so caught between a rock and a hard place, irresistible force and a movable object here, but necessary for their growth. because they gotta get that heart open to treasure their loved ones. It is important that they love each other deeply, and may they do that. Oh, may they do that by hearing their inner guidance, because their intuition flows whenever they are still, so that they come into their own inner balance, their own clarity, their own love within themselves. It is the truth of who we all are. And as they heal, grow, learn, and evolve individually, that they help each other, even if there is no contact between them. Though I feel like there probably could be here, with willing to express love and treasuring their loved ones. So that as they heal and come together, we all heal and come together through, talk about the quantum entanglement of unity consciousness, that we're not all interconnected, we are all one. So as this soulmate contract heals, may true love be revealed for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So motivate. So it is. You know, it's a good read. It's a good read. Tricky, but no one said soulmate contracts are easy. No. Yeah, you help each other heal. They're soothing. They're satisfying. They're symbiotic. Opposed to fucking twin flames. Yeah, so go check some of the videos down there if you want to see the extended. You know how. You can jump over to VIMEO, or you can really pay one price once a month on Patreon and get all of them in one place. So an honor and a pleasure, and please do comment. What's going on here? I'd like to know. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of this, regardless. My beloved Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, hail. Farewell, and blessed be.